Hello, and welcome back. We are currently on our way to Ciney in Belgium, and we are going there to visit the largest Militaria Fair in Europe. So yeah, at the moment it's very cold, and we're just approaching the Ciney Exposition Centre, or Ciney Expo, what they call it. And yeah, I've never been here before, so I don't know what to expect. All I know is that it's the largest military fair in Europe. So, I'll see you there. So here is the first hall at Ciney. As I may not have mentioned, it's two halls. So the first one is extremely large for a Militaria Fair. It's indoors, but it's still very cold. And you can see the sheer amount of people that are there, all the vendors that are there selling lots of good items. Often the prices were fairly high, but there were still loads of good deals in there as well. And lots of nice items for sale. You can even see me there looking at some cartridge belts. But yeah, a cartridge belt was one of the things I was struggling to find throughout the fair. They all seemed above €100, sort of around 120 to 140 euros. Eventually I did pick up a First World War cartridge belt for €60, which I was very glad with. But yeah, I'll show you everything I bought at the end of the video. So yeah, it was quite nice. I did see some other people that I recognised there, some from the UK, Baz from Ciney Militaria, so I had a nice chat with him and bought a Carlisle tin from him. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, there are two halls. Now this is the first hall, it's absolutely massive. Now when I got to the end of it, it was about 12 o'clock or maybe even 1 o'clock, and I thought this bit off the end was the second hall, which you can see the main hall which you just come through is down there. So this I thought was the second hall. I thought, yeah, some time, but then I discovered, oh, there's also an outdoors part. So had a quick walk around the outdoor vendors. Wasn't much interesting there, but when I was walking around I discovered that in fact was not the second hall. This was the second hall. Much nicer than the first hall as a building, and I only had 2 hours to get through it, so at this point I was starting to panic that I might not get through the entire fair in time. But other than this, I didn't get much other footage from the fair. This is again in the first hall. So I guess I'll wrap up my talk of the actual fair itself around here, and I'll go on to talk about some of the stuff I bought. So yeah. So I cannot be bothered to get all the items I bought at Ciney out of my collection to show you, so I've just got various items here, and the rest of it I'll talk about in a photograph I took the night I came back. So I mentioned Baz from Ciney Militaria. So I spoke to him for a bit, actually one of the first stalls I came to when I came through the show. So I spent about 10 minutes talking to him. He's a nice guy, based in the Netherlands. He does a lot of metal detecting and relic hunting and stuff. That's most of the stuff he sells, although he has some other items as well, such as this Carlisle tin, which I bought off him for €20, which is not bad. It's a nice red one with sulphur powder inside. I bought another Carlisle tin from someone else for €10. This is the earlier one without sulphur powder. Then I bought another Carlisle bandage. This is the later war type with that sort of bandage inside it, without sulphur powder again. These ones would have been inside the pouch, and instead of sulphur powder in the tin like these ones, you'd have a separate packet of wound tablets in these ones. This I bought for €5, which is an even better deal. And you'll see a theme going on here in a minute. I bought another Carlisle bandage. This one's the box type, more like what you see in larger first aid kits and what medics would have carried. Now I've actually opened this one. Inside it's like this. I've taken out the actual bandage to look at it. I want to try and reproduce these bandages so I can use them for reenacting. Instead of just having a piece of white fabric, I want to have the actual correct type bandage with a thick pad in the middle and then the ties that go off it. But yeah, then I just made a replacement bandagey looking thing, then put it back in the wrapper. So that'll display nicely, like that. That again cost me €5. So it's quite some good deals I got there. Then moving on, I bought a set of eye shields, M1, a pack of them, decent condition. They're not falling apart or anything, but they're not mint. They can be used. The elastic still works and everything, but all the hardware's corroded, and the plastic, if you don't be careful, you can actually break the goggles. That cost me €10. The guy had a whole bunch there. I just picked one out at random. I might look at trying to recreate the eye shields at some point as well, because I don't think anyone else does them. Then I got a K-ration box from a stall by Rigger Shop. They're based in France. This cost me €10. It's a repro ration, and I've already opened it. The contents are back inside it, but they'll be displayed soon. I made another video on that. You can watch that video as well, opening the box, so see what's actually inside it. The last thing I have here, the rest of it's sort of in my collection, I can't bother to get it out as I mentioned, is a early World War I spun canteen. So you're probably familiar with the vertical seam canteens that they had. You see them dated 1918 usually. Before that, they actually made what's called a spun canteen, which is all one piece. You know, no seam, no weld. And they started that in 1910. I think they went up to 1916. These were made by Aluminium Goods Manufacturing Company, AGM Co. But they're not stamped. This one cost me €10. The chain was a bit broken there, but I repaired that fairly easily. So €10 for a nice early spun canteen, again, not bad. And the other items I shall talk about are in the photograph. So starting on the left, I bought this wool overcoat. It's a wartime one, and that cost me €115. It's a good size for me, and it's quite good as well, as I'm looking to start going into sort of late war and then Battle of the Bulge impressions, so that will come in quite useful. Then these two items here. First is a Norwegian clone of an M43 jacket. I already have an original wartime one, but I don't want to get that damaged when wearing around reenacting. Also, it's a little bit faded. So this is one I bought fairly cheap. I think it was €35. And that's one that will get quite beat up when I use it. Then I have a 5-button wool sweater on the right. It's a post-war 1948 dated one, and that one cost me, I think, €30. I then have this cartridge belt I mentioned earlier. It's a 1917 dated one, and I bought that for €60, which is quite a good deal considering all the other ones I found were over €120. Then I have some various patches in the bottom left-hand corner there. 83rd Infantry, Airborne Corps, I can't remember what number it is, 70th Infantry, 4th Air Force, and 3rd Air Force. Now we move on to the next part of the video. After going to Ciney, we went to Bastogne in Belgium, which wasn't too far away from there. So spent 2 nights there, which is nowhere near enough, but that's all the time I had. So yeah, I'll now show you a little bit of what I got up to in Bastogne, and I'll make a separate video later with some more interesting historical facts from around the area. So this is where I ended up eating at. It's called the Brasserie Le Nuts, and it's in the town square of Bastogne, and the food was quite good. Nuts. Now, I don't usually take photos of my food, but this is the Vince Speranza Airborne Beef Stew. And here in Bastogne, they even have a car park named after General McAuliffe. So, as I mentioned, we are in the centre of Bastogne, in the town square, and that is the Nuts restaurant where we ate, and the food was actually quite good. So, I didn't get much footage in the town of Bastogne itself, as I spent lots of time wandering around areas near there. I don't have time to show all those places in this video, but I'll make the next video soon with all sorts of places related to the Battle of the Bulge. So, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video where we will explore the different locations of the Battle of the Bulge.